We are concerned not merely with the technical problem of securing and maintaining peace, but also with the important task of education and enlightenment.
I was surprised when Danny talked about the fact that Lou Elizondo and Mellon don't buy into the threat. I was kind of surprised.
Oh yeah,
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, please,
yeah,
please.
Yeah, no, it was interesting how it first started. It first started that Lou reached out to me because he was pissed off that they were saying that, look, this Lou Elizondo never had anything to do with the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Project, and besides, no such project ever really existed. You know, that was their first kind of response. All this stuff about us investigating UFOs, that's not true. That had nothing to do with UFOs, and he was really pissed off about that. And he was taking the position that, well, that's calling me a liar, you know, because I've gone forward with the To the Stars Academy, and I've talked about my position. So they're basically calling me a liar. And so I said to him, I said, look, if that's the worst that happens, you ought to be lucky. You know, it was like I remember Oliver Stone said to me that he had me come to his home in Hollywood and look at the original editor's cut of the JFK story, and I was downstairs in his home waiting for him to come. We were going to watch this together, and he came in. He was all pissed off because Newsweek had a great big front cover that said, you know, Oliver Stone's JFK, the twisted truth of JFK. And he said, look at these people, they're basically calling me a liar. And I said, what the fuck did you expect? I said, you accused everybody and their brother of going to the president. I said, what do you expect them to say? You know, and so Lou was all upset. Oh, these people are calling me a liar. I said, what the fuck? They're all fucking liars. They've been lying for like 75 years. Why are you surprised? You know, so this is how it started. And then, so I said, she said, what it is you want to say? You know, what is it you want to say? Because you're going around pretending this is a threat isn't what you want to be saying. And he said, well, you know, that's true. He said, because here's how he first came across it. When he was as the executive director of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, he said the first thing he noticed is that none of the high-ranking military seemed to be acting like this was a threat of any kind. You know, oh yeah, it turned off our nuclear warheads, you know, at the Minuteman sites, and it's been buzzing around our aircraft, but none of them are treating it like it's a threat. And he says, so he was kind of puzzled by that, because his normal instincts as a security officer, you know, basically his hair was on fire to start with. But, oh shit, they're turning off our nuclear missiles. Oh, they're buzzing around our aircraft carriers. And he said, but every time he was talking about it, they was all, well, yeah, there they are again, you know. And so he said, they clearly do not view this as a threat. And so I said to him, I said, you know, well, why do you think they think it's not a threat? And he said, well, because obviously the kind of technology that they've got, you know, if they wanted to be a threat, they could be a serious threat. You know, they can turn off our nuclear weapons. They can, you know, they can accelerate the speed of light, you know, like right in front of us. He says, so obviously, you know, there's nothing we can do to touch them. He says, so obviously, if they were going to be a threat, then they would have already really done something. So he says, so that too. So both the fact that the high-level military people are treating them like they're not a threat, and the fact is that if they were going to be a threat, they would have already done something. So he said, so they're not really a threat. So I said, well, why? He was still at the To the Stars Academy, right? I said, well, why do you guys keep on saying it? Why do you guys at the To the Stars Academy, every time anybody turns a camera on you, you start talking about them being a threat? And he said, well, it's because, you know, that's how you can get people's attention. We can get people's attention because they're all worried about it being a threat. And I said, yeah, look, you go down that road, you know, and you're going to get down that road too far. You aren't going to be able to get off that road. You know, you keep on flogging that dog, you know, and you're going to get caught, you know, on that. I said, so you got to stop that. You got to back up out of that and stop pretending this is a threat. And so that he started talking with the other people inside the To the Stars Academy and with Chris Mellon. And Chris and he both started getting distressed over the fact that the To the Stars Academy people kept on telling them that they had to be presenting it like it's a potential threat, because they were trying to get Congress to have an investigation about it. And he said the way to get the Congress to have an investigation about it is to approach it like a threat, because the guys, the senators and Congress people are just like Pavlov's dog. You ring the bell at them, to raise funds, and they'll talk about a threat, whether it's the Russians or the Chinese. But Lou said, we know it's not the Russians or the Chinese. We know everything they've got. We've been spying on them. We know everything they've got. They don't got that. And so what Ike was